Hey guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com, where the topics are always about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And something that people tend to have a lot of problems with when it comes to doing psychic work is reading for themselves. I can't tell you how many fellow readers I've heard say, like, I just can't read for myself. I get in the way of things, it's too confusing, I can't do it. And while I agree that it's tricky, I do believe it can be done. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips to get through it. The number one thing you want to do if you're reading for yourself is to take a few nice deep breaths and detach as much as possible from the situation and from your own emotions and feelings and hopes and wishes about potential outcomes. And yeah, that's hard to do, but if you can do it by just stilling your mind, meditating for a while, 20, 30 minutes if possible. If you don't have that time, 10 minutes before you tune in. And however you're going to be reading, you can be using your own psychic information, your own method. You could be doing cards. You could be using oracle cards, tarot cards, the I Ching, which is what I love. Whatever you're using, be quiet first, then go into that and just write down what you're picking up. And then from a neutral place, just read it and analyze it. And try to think about it as if it's not even your life. It's not even your issue. The more detached from it that you are, the easier it will be. What can happen if you're dead set on having it be a certain way is that your energy is so strong that you can make the cards show you information that you want to see, or you can sometimes when you're using your own psychic abilities, like your clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, whatever you're using, instant knowing, you can be so invested in it that you just see nothing but black, like it just blacks out, or it's just like, I don't know, or you see what you think, what you're expecting to see. So that's where it's tricky. But the more calm you are, and the more methodological, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm trying to say here. The more you go about it very systematically, the clearer it will be. And you also probably want to go through a time of trial and error. And in order to be excellent at reading for yourself, you may take a path of 5-10 years of always tuning in and always checking in until you really know, okay, this is what I'm getting. This is what I think the cards are saying. This is what my psychic intuition is telling me. This is what the I Ching is saying. And then it can kind of like guide you that way, like through the years. And then you can see where your blind spots are, because we all have blind spots. Like, it's sad, but I can't tell you how many times people have come to me. And at this point, I'm probably going to say, like, if you have to have so many readings about a person, about a guy, maybe it's not, that's your intuition telling you to watch out, but anyway, like, so many people wanting just in a reading space me to tell them, like, yes, this is the one, this is the guy you're going to marry, it's going to be great, that like they kind of influence that, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the one, or maybe it could be, I don't know, it can confuse things. So if you're very straightforward about it, and you can see, like, okay, here's a situation where I really wanted this outcome, here's what the cards said, here's what the I Ching said, here's what I thought it was, here's what my psychicness, and you can use all three of those methods to cross-check the different systems. And that's another tip too. Another thing you could do is cross-check that intel with different divinatory systems and see what each one says. So you could pull cards, but then see what the I Ching says. You could sit down and be psychic and then cross-check it all and see. But until you know, like, okay, I really wanted this and I thought it was this, and then, oh man, it wasn't quite what I was thinking. You got to go through that to get to the point where you can say, okay, but I remember that situation and I really wanted to be like those women that call about the men. Like, I really wanted it to be him, and I was like not going to take no for an answer. And so that's why I made it seem like that. That's what I'm trying to say about that whole situation. But through a lot of work, and it's fun work. I find it so much fun to keep track of things, and I still do it to this day, even though I can channel and I do readings for other people. I do a lot of work for myself, and I do keep a notebook, and I do cross-check that information and try to see where I was wrong, or what was it? Not that I was wrong, but like, what was this accurate? Was I tuning into something truthful? And you'll probably even notice, if you like to get this far into it, you'll probably even notice that statistically speaking, you have a track record of being this accurate, this percentage of accuracy or whatever. But that's probably taking it a little too far, because what I teach people when they're being intuitive is there really is no right and wrong. But if you're doing it for, let's say you're reading for yourself for investments, or you're trying to do readings on business decisions and stuff like that kind of thing, you do need to have a certain level of accuracy. So why don't you test yourself out by not investing your money in certain stocks and investments, but by getting a read on where markets are moving, or what's happening here and there and everything, and then just documenting your accuracy. So let's say you're typically at a 70-80% range, which is very, very good. It's above 50-50, which is good. Then you can start to see, that set of data is reliable. Okay, so now I can move in real life and like kind of test the waters and see how it goes. So that's kind of a different application than the soft, touchy-feely, like doing a reading for yourself just for regular life stuff. But it's very important too, because if we can use this for one set of things, why can't we use it for another? And just have it inform us. So keep practicing and trying it out, and I think you will be able to get to a place where you can read yourself and know your blind spots, your weaknesses, and know what the systems that you're using are telling you, and how they're speaking to you. Personally, that's why I like the I Ching, because it does give such a beautiful guidance, and when I'm really distraught about something, it provides such comfort. What I've learned with my channeling is I have to be really careful, because I'll be talking to the Ascended Masters and guides and people, beautiful beings of light that I'm channeling, and then all of a sudden my ego will get in and answer a question. Like I'll ask a question, and then my mind will answer it. So that's where I've been really working at. I made a video called Why Channeling is Tricky, if you want to check it out. But that's why I'm so careful about documenting all that, because right there in those channeling transcripts, I'm like, oh snap, that was me telling myself, like, don't do that. That wasn't them. Well, they're not wrong. We're the ones that have the ego and the chatterbox brains that like get in the way and stuff. So it's fun. The less you make it like, I have to be right and this can't be wrong and I have to have it this way, like the more you like kind of like let go of the control and just see it as just a fun thing. Like, let's see where this psychic thing's going. Let's see if I can give myself a good reading, and what happens after that, the better it'll be. And enjoy it, because it is really kind of cool once you get the hang of it, and you can read for yourself, and it's super helpful. So that's that. And before I go, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. I do a new video every week. And also, number 2, I have a lot of amazing resources on my website, krishanti.com, including a free meditation that it's called the grounding and centering meditation. And that gets you into a space to do a reading for yourself or for someone else. But if you want to get into like the full-on psychic setup, like the clairvoyant thing, I have that. I've made that. It's like $15. You can just buy that and do that. That really gets you into super psychic mode. I also have some programs like Activate Your Psychic Superpowers that I created with my friend Deborah Katz based on her book, You Are Psychic, The Art of Clairvoyant, reading and healing, and some other fun things there too. But have fun with all this and keep me posted and put a comment below if you've had great success in reading for yourself, because I'd love to hear about it. I'm sure everybody else would too. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.